Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about buy now, pay later. No one's paying it back. Yeah. So these companies, well, one of them, I can't even remember what one they're talking about because I kind of screen recorded and walked away. But people are doing and using these prepaid pay some now, or what is it? Use it now, pay later, or whatever. And they're not paying it back. Like, this is not okay. This isn't okay. But yeah, let's talk about it. I cannot. Okay, I used the buy now, pay later for, don't go for me, for Temu one time. Okay, one time I did it once. I think my order was like $50 or $40, and I didn't want to spend the 50 or 40 or whatever it was. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do the little afterpay thing. And I set it up to where they took $20 out that day, and they took out the rest of the money like 2 weeks later or whatever. And I wasn't worried because I got paid like the day before. But yeah, I like this concept. It's good and bad, right? Because you get what you want or you need, but you have to keep in mind you didn't pay for it yet, so you have to make sure you're setting that money aside, okay? Stuff like this is for people that need help with like budgeting or building their credit, or maybe just in case of emergency. But yeah, sorry, I'm gonna go off on multiple tangents, so let me stop and let's talk about it. Get now, pay later. People are not paying it back, and that's so messed up. Let's go.
Later is getting kind of crazy.
My payments were $1,250 a month.
These are companies like Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, and this is where you can go online and buy something like a MacBook or a Chipotle burrito and split it into 4 interest-free payments. And it seems harmless. You pay less today and there's no interest, right?
Hold up.
That's where it gets a little bit
Hold up. Why are we doing Afterpay for food? For food. Why are we doing that? And then Afterpay for groceries? You know you have to get them every month. Like, it's not like it's not a one-time purchase. It's not like, oh, we might need this, so let's get it. Like, no. That's one of the dumbest things. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Over 60% of people who use buy now, pay later had more than one loan going out at once. And Affirm, one of the biggest buy now, pay later companies, last year made over $1.2 billion with a B dollars in interest. So those interest-free loans actually end up charging you interest. And that's because 1 out of every 3 people who use buy now, pay later end up missing a payment. These companies are literally betting that you're gonna fail.
I have spent $32,196.23 on Affirm and Klarna since 2022. And the big question is, what did I purchase?
Yeah, bitch, what the fuck did you purchase?
Hi, my name is Diva, and I am $107,000 in debt. And
how the fuck? What the fuck? Why the fuck? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. The homegirl better own a home, land, something. Homegirl better not be living in a damn apartment. Okay, spending that much money. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
I am the Affirm and Klarna girl. Yep. When I started this journey, I had $9,500 in debt to Affirm and Klarna. I now have it under $3,000, and we are about to pay off 8 of those suckers next week. But what did I purchase? This is a question everybody always asks.
Exactly.
Honestly, everything under this. I have done grocery. I have purchased concert tickets. I have purchased Airbnb. I have gotten my car fixed on Affirm and Klarna. All kinds of stuff. I think I've even gotten gift cards for random stuff. You can pretty much purchase anything you want almost on Affirm and Klarna. And I do get questions like, Affirm, yes, I have 12-month plans. I have not purchased on anything on Affirm probably since last February, so it's been almost a year, and a lot of these are finally coming to the end, but also I've paid off a lot. I literally had like 50 of these when I started this journey in May. It's crazy.
What?
It's insane. I know what I'm saying is insane.
Yes, which it is.
I'm saving my very last payment on Affirm It was something that I actually don't regret spending money on. I regret financing it, but it was pretty big, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I don't regret.
Buy now, pay never. Klarna. They really should have seen this coming. Klarna has a ton of losses because people bought it and they're not paying it later. It'd be one thing to buy something and borrow money for like a house, a car.
Right.
When they started encouraging people, and people who are underage at that, to borrow money for things like beauty products, a coffee, really could have seen the writing on the wall. As a consumer, don't play yourself in your credit by buying something that you can't afford. Because when you miss these payments, it does affect your credit score negatively. So
Exactly. Are these people dumb?
Hold your hand when I say this. Afterpay, Klarna, ZipPay, and all those buy now later platforms are not your friends. They do not have your best interest in heart. They're companies that are designed to pry and profit off your spending habits, off late payment fees, on you spending more money than you actually have, and purchasing things that you really can't afford at that particular time. So I know you don't want to hear it, but they're not your friends. And although I'm not a financial advisor, I highly recommend you break up with them.
Buy now, pay later it's probably one of my number one most hated forms of debt. It's so sneaky. And by their own words, they're like, oh, we're better than credit cards because, we don't charge interest right away and it's 4 easy payments. It's that whole thing. And they've infiltrated so sneakily into everything. I mean, it's Amazon, it's food, it's gas, it's
Pizza delivery.
Everything.
It's everything. It's everywhere. Any purchase you make, buy now, pay later. The debt option is there.
People use it, for quote little things. I'm just going shopping. I'm just going to buy some jeans, and they're happy to show that to the world, right?
Yeah.
But if I ask somebody, hey, show me all your buy now, pay later accounts, I bet you they would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
I bet you would feel ashamed because they know this is not a good way to spend money. I'm not being a good manager of my money to do this. And people wonder why they're in debt. They wonder why they're broke. They wonder why they're going paycheck to paycheck. This is it.
I just saw a report that said 36% of Americans are in travel debt willingly. That literally makes me want to throw up. I talked about this before, and y'all literally dragged
Not
me
willingly going into debt to travel. Come on now, guys. It's not that serious.
Traveling.
Just save the damn money.
This narrative, I'll never get down with this. You should be striving not to be in debt with anything. I don't care what it is. As soon as I saw that trend of people using the buy now, pay later services to book travel, I knew it was a wrap. If you're going to use those services, at least pay off the last trip before you go on the next one.
Exactly.
You're yourself up for failure. Those services are literally worse than when you remember when we graduated from high school and they were sending all those credit cards for you to apply for. It was like you gonna get approved easily. The buy now, pay later services are now that in the modern day. Listen, I love Gen Z. I love y'all thought process and everything, but this, y'all need to go talk to y'all mamas and daddies and get some freaking advice.
Wildfires causing
Escalating economic volatility.
inflation worries leading.
I cannot wrap my head around it.
Too much. You can tell it.
Can you guys? I mean,
access to an online
I understand using it a couple of times, but it gets to the point where it's excessive and you're like, it's just too much debt. Okay, too much debt. We don't got time. We want to live. Okay. And I do apologize for this dang commercial.
Our mission could prevent another
So sorry, you guys.
Foreign players.
Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys used any of the companies mentioned? Because I know, I think PayPal offers it too. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't.
I thought it looked really good.
I know, right?
You're working to stop a weapon of mass destruction.
I'm so mad I didn't cut this commercial out.
One mistake, you're dead.
Ugh.
Showtime.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
you care about me.
No.
That's very sweet.
Alright, any day now, this damn commercial can end. Lord.
Y'all mamas and daddies
Okay.
and get some freaking advice. Because you're going to be
Something.
real mad when you get older and try to go get a loan for that $30,000 condo you're trying to pay because all the interest rates went all the way down to the ground and now people getting all the property for $0 on the dollar, but you can't get nothing because you went to Cancun. Went to Cancun and spent almost $20,000 on buy now, pay later credit. What
Where they do that at?
So apparently
Right.
60% of Coachella GA ticket buyers use buy now, pay later. Y'all, we're not just broke,
What?
we're financing FOMO. And this is general admission, not even VIP.
60% of Coachella general admission people used buy now, pay later financing. What the entire fuck? And then they were advertising Coachella for this year, 2025. Already. What the hell? I can't.
So is it really worth it to go into debt to see Charlie XCX? That is not brat. So here's the deal. Financing is the most convenient of all ways to pay because you don't actually pay right now. You just kick it down the road into payments and borrow the money. And I thought financing DoorDash orders was bad. Y'all, the desire for instant experience has overtaken the discipline of just saving up and paying cash. So the short-term joy should not come at the cost of long-term peace. Don't fall into the buy now, pay later trap. It's a short-term convenience with a long-term cost. You want the real better for you option? Buy now, pay now. With money that you actually have, that you budgeted for. Because
Buy
you
now,
have
pay
healthy
now.
spending and saving habits that make Uncle George and future George proud.
Hot take, but buy now, pay later is literally just credit card debt in disguise, and honestly, it's probably worse. Yeah, I said it. You think you're just paying $9 today, but it's actually $85 because it's over 4 payments, and because it's so small, we just don't track it. Before you know it, you've got 5 or 6 of these things running, and you don't know when anything's due. It's not regulated like a credit card, and most of the time, these apps don't even send reminders.
They
If
don't?
you miss one payment, you're hit with the late fee, and your credit will also take a hit. Buy now, pay later preys on impulse. If I don't have the money today, I try not to spend it on 4 imaginary payments that I know I can't pay for. It's not giving financial freedom, it's giving confusion.
This is a PSA for any of you guys who use Klarna or certain pay over time apps. Are now reporting payments to the credit bureaus, which I feel like if we girl math our way into this is a good thing, assuming you're making your payments on time, which I would just put it on auto pay. So if you're using Klarna and you are financing anything that's not short term, so anything I think over 30 days, they don't do the 4 weeks or the 30-day payment options. Those are not going to be reported to the credit bureaus. But if you're doing any longer term financing, those are being reported. And so you can basically be improving your credit score, showing on-time payment history and good credit patterns when we're using those options. Do with that we will.
I've been critical on Twitter a lot about buy now, pay later companies like Klarna, like Afterpay. And now this new article from the San Francisco Gate has confirmed everything that I've been thinking and saying. I stopped using
Buy now,
Klarna
pay
and
later,
Afterpay
sending the
because
TikTok
these
generation
companies put you at a
spiraling into
psychological
debt.
disadvantage. The whole way they make money is that stores will pay Klarna and pay Afterpay a portion of whatever you bought at the store. Because the thinking is, and the data shows, you buy more than you otherwise would have if you check out via Klarna and check out via Afterpay, because it feels like you're not spending as much money as you are. For big purchases and for necessities, you cannot beat a 0% interest loan. You just can't. However, the way people get into trouble is that they are taking out this 0% interest loan for anything and everything under the sun. And when you do that, you run the risk of over leveraging yourself and making it so that every month your payments become bigger and bigger and bigger. Your money comes in and it's already spent. And that leads me to the other way these companies make money. Late fees. 43% of Gen Z users have missed at least one payment. And of those consumers who use these buy now, pay later for something they needed, 30% have missed at least 2 payments. That's a horrible way to start out building your credit history, and these companies really set people up for failure.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but homegirl that's talking, I don't know if it's me, but I think her veneers may be a little too big for her mouth. I don't know, I'm not talking stuff. I'm just saying it's something that I noticed, and I don't know, maybe it's just me. I do apologize. Sorry.
My advice is that unless you're buying a necessity or a really big ticket item, to just avoid these companies. Go old school, save the money, for those 6 weeks instead of buying it right away and paying it over 6 weeks. That reduces your risk of missing a payment and having that missed payment potentially reported to the credit bureaus and ending up on your credit report. And it also gives you time to think about the purchase.
Right, like, do I really need
Gratification
this?
is really important
In
when it
general,
comes to
do I
shopping.
really need this? Yes or no?
These companies might make it feel like a $100 purchase is really just a $25 purchase 4 times, but 25 times 4 is $100. At the end of the day, it's the same amount of money out of your pocket. So just
think about that. Sorry about the commercial again.
With educated,
But yeah.
same amount of money out of your pocket. So just consider avoiding these. Food for thought.
Pay them people their money back. Please. Let me tell y'all thieves something. If y'all don't go pay Klarna their money back, it's gonna be hell to pay. Y'all on there ordering groceries and shit and not paying the money back? What are y'all doing? I did what I was supposed to do. Be so for real. Why y'all doing that? Please.
Oh.
Please pay them people.
Is it just me, or like nowadays everybody be scamming any and every way? Like, I feel like there's like this much genuinity in anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe it's just this young generation, everybody trying to scam. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
We can't have nothing.
I do not fuck with buy now, pay later. If you want to be an entrepreneur one day or an investor, you gotta stop using buy now, pay later. Because you're probably spending money that you don't have on things that you probably don't need. When you keep using buy now, pay later as inflation takes its toll, you're not saving for your future, whether that's to start your own business or invest in businesses. Your savings are just going down and your debt is going up. I promise you, as a girl's girl, what will bring you long-term satisfaction and happiness is investing in yourself and your future.
I've just never met anyone that said they got truly wealthy by splitting across of their trainers or Deliveroo, Uber Eats food across 3 months because it was interest-free. Yes, you can use debt and credit and leverage it to make money. Absolutely. This isn't the right way. That's my honest opinion.
Whenever you feel stupid, I just want you to go ahead and remember that 60% of general admission ticket buyers at Coachella used a buy now, pay later service, like Affirm. So when I saw this, I had to look up the price of admission to Coachella. It's like $600, okay? It's not like it's the price of a Chipotle burrito. It is a decent chunk of change. But come on.
Yeah, it is.
If you have to finance something that is $600, then you shouldn't be buying it.
Exactly.
When I was a kid and I wanted something that was $600, I worked and saved up enough money to buy it for $600 cash. Like, I already knew the middle and lower class were already cooked. I made videos about it, but I didn't know they were that cooked. Every time
Yeah, they're beyond cooked. Beyond, all right? So I cannot, like, wrap my head around the fact that people put themselves in these situations. Like, it sucks so freaking bad. It sucks so bad. And yeah, it just sucks. And nobody really thinks big picture long term anymore. I'm noticing with these youngins. And these parents need to do a lot better, okay? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys use any of the buy now, pay later options for anything? Like, I'm so curious. I know a lot of people use them. I've only used it once because I didn't want to be where everyone else is, like getting a bunch of stuff and then having this extra bill at the end of the month that you're like, wait, how am I going to pay this, you know? And then nobody's thinking about their credit. Like, that is just crazy as shit to me. It's crazy as shit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know if I post when I post, get up to date. All right, giveaway coming in August for my birthday. Be on the lookout for that. Rules will be down below. Check out a playlist in the description box. I have a ton. All right, but I have to go for now. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.